Okay, this is a Cryptid Creeks one-shot using the Quickstart. Uh, my name is Steph. I use she, her pronouns. If everyone could please introduce themselves, just for anyone who might be watching the video, Kyle, and I would also, if everyone's all right with it, like to show it to the people at Hashlings, just so that everyone has a good idea of like what the game is like when it's being run. Um, but if not, then that's fine. It'll only go to Kyle at that case. Uh, but yeah, if everyone could please just introduce themselves. Chaotic, could you start?
Hi, my name's Chaotic. I use he, they pronouns, and I've read Cryptid Creeks in earlier version of this, so I'm very excited to see the latest version and how it has changed.
He's also a contributor on the game. Don't let him fool you.
I have thoughts, and I shared them, and things changed.
Marty.
Hi, I'm Marty. I play with you all, but now I'm playing this quick start of Cryptid Creeks, which I know nothing about, but I've seen all the references and it seems like really cool. So that's my idea of having fun.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron. Pronouns she, they, they. I'm a Kickstarter for this game. I've not read anything yet though, because I'm trash.
All right. Now I'm going to go over CATS. It's an acronym for concept, aim, tone, and subject matter. Purpose of CATS is to establish some basic expectations for the game and what we'll be doing during this pilot episode. The concept, Cryptid Creeks is a tabletop role-playing game about a crew of teenage investigators, the River Scouts, who find themselves entangled in a centuries-old conflict between powerful cryptids. They do this by investigating curses, supernatural blights that grip their home region of Clawfoot. These curses spring from the Peddler, an eldritch being intent on spreading chaos and misery throughout the community. His reappearance in Clawfoot is of particular concern to the Watcher, a benevolent creature and supernatural patron of the Scouts, who's existed in harmony with the townsfolk since ancient times. The game evokes popular movies from the 80s, such as The Goonies and Stand By Me, alongside modern TV series such as Gravity Falls and Stranger Things. The game's mechanics are based on Apocalypse World by Vincent and Megway Baker, and the mystery system and phase structure lifted from Brindlewood Bay and the Silt vs. RPG by Jason Cordova and Gabriel Robinson, respectively. You don't need to know anything about these games in order to play. Aim. The aim of the characters in this story is to investigate and break the peddler's curses, which are often under the protection of the curse keepers, people intoxicated with eldritch power. Our aim as players is to learn more about these characters, as well as to paint a vivid picture of our version of Clawfoot, a responsibility that we all share. The aim for the pilot is to create and introduce your scouts, learn the basics of how the game works by playing it, and then have a little time to reflect and offer feedback at the end. Tone. Cryptid Creeks was made with consideration for beginners to RPGs, and the overall vibe is cozy horror, meaning it alternates between comforting and creepy fiction. Because each table is different, the tone of the episodes may differ wildly between groups. In light of this, we decide to explore mature themes such as graphic violence, sexual content, or even character death. If we decide to explore mature themes, rather, it will be agreed upon in advance by everyone and only after we've consulted the safety tools in the next step. Subject matter. Eldritch horror, manipulation, supernatural rituals, powerful curses, threats to animals and children, family trauma, revenge, and other dark subject matter come up in this game from time to time, all explored through the lens of the coming-of-age genre. Subject matter will vary between curses, but in the interest of setting expectations now, you should know that while the game is generally lighthearted, some intense subject matter can come up. Now, to ensure we have fun and tell the best story possible, everyone in the group has to feel comfortable and respected. To support this, we use established safety tools such as lines and veils, the X card, and the open door policy. First, lines and veils. Lines are topics that we're not going to have in the game, and veils are topics that, if included, should be handled sensitively. For example, we may not want death as a topic, but injuries could be negotiable. During the break, everyone will list their lines and veils, and then I'll collect them up and make any requested changes. The X card allows you to avoid content you find uncomfortable from the moment it's introduced. If you feel like a scene is heading in a problematic direction, using this will stop play in order to change whatever just happened in the game. If you're playing in person, you'll have an actual card you can raise. If you're online like us, then you'll instead type X into the chat or say X card or something along those lines. I might ask you to clarify what you want to steer away from, but I won't ask why. The open door policy allows you to leave episodes at any point or even permanently with no explanation required. Just let us know that you got to go, and no one's going to ask questions about it. Depending on the length of your absence, it could be said that your scout is visiting the city beyond the mountain range, or have moved there altogether. Now, before we put the crew together, I want to share a few extra things. First, your origins. The River Scouts were a youth organization that disbanded shortly after a series of harrowing events in 1962. Their existence might have been forgotten altogether had a group of local teens not stumbled across their abandoned clubhouse by the river, cleared away the overgrowth, and made the interior mostly safe. After dusting off moth-eaten manuals and rehanging a dartboard, the groups were visited by an apparition of a young girl. Instead of running scared, the teens felt compelled to listen as she recounted her role in lifting the terrible curse all those years ago. As more ghosts materialized, the girl pleaded for the teens to read aloud the River Scout pledge and protect Clawfoot as she had in the 60s. The group read together, and as their words filled the old clubhouse, they seemed to stir something enormous overhead, its shifting weight shaking the roof and dislodging piles of dead leaves. With that cliffhanger, we're going to go over character creation. Two of us have already made characters. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording while we get everything fully set up, unless you've already got it all, Aaron. You're pretty much finishing up, actually.
Yeah, I'm just doing the move. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. And you also get to put one into a stat. Right, in that case, yeah, I'm going to pause the recording for a little bit. We're going to have a 5-minute break. You can update lines and veils during this and get some bio breaks and re-up your water and stuff like that. All right. Now that we've created our characters, let's go ahead and meet them. Going around the group, we'll just go in character keeper order here. We will introduce our scout by name, pronoun, and style. You can also tell us about your playbook moves and what they do. Avoid sharing any details about your backstory because it'll come out organically through the game's mechanics. Marty, please tell us about Dick.
Please tell us about Richard.
Yes, Dick is such a dick, he forgot to unmute him. So now Dick is like the captain of the soccer team, you know, and he gives like he's like this he's not very bright, you know, but he's like a good-hearted kid, you know, and he is 110% for his team and for his buddies. Flashback, yeah, sure. Uh, and that's, well, that's basically, he's a good kid and he loves to have fun and adventure, although he's not very bright.
Excellent. Could you go over what his style is as well, just very roughly?
Yeah, he likes to wear t-shirts, soccer t-shirts, you know, like from any place. And he wears jeans and he used like this all-star Converse.
Awesome. Do you want to go over your moves, or did you want to lead that?
No, well, I have this you said this move that triggers on the beginning of the the game. That's called Watcher's Gift, Beast Mode. You feel the Watcher's power coursing through you, strengthening your muscles and heightening your senses, but it's unstable. During the beginning of the episodes, choose 2 perks and 1 setback. These last until the end of the episode. So I chose the first perk is you can do one thing that is beyond human limitations. The second perk is to increase my ability to attain by 1. But the setback is that I manifest a noticeable trait of the Watcher, and I should describe it. And my move, the move that I chose, because he's a group guy, go wild pose. He says, even though it's the off season, you still have close bond with your teammates from the wild pose. Shingle Force leading varsity team. What sport do they play? They play soccer. So I forgot to write that. So when you call on the team, you have your back and have been a situation. Select a play from the list below with smooth. On a 10 plus, they show up immediately and run the play. Any roles associated with actions they help you with are taken at advantage. On a 7 to 9, as above, but they take a while to show up or they play is imperfect. Navigator's choice, mark a box on the friction track below. On a miss, the play falls apart or the team never shows, mark 2 boxes. On a 12 plus, the team is inspired and runs by play perfectly. Gain an advantage on your next use, or use this OR and mark box on the friction. And the plays are Downriver Donnybrook, show up ready for a fight. Shingle for sprint, move with a great speed towards a chosen goal. Hood and hold, create a diversion to draw attention elsewhere. Mama barricade, protect a person or small area from a chosen target. Hot potato pass, keep an object or small size creature on the move. They are also so cool that I won't write my own.
Excellent. And Chaotic, please tell us about David.
David is the bookworm. He is very, very nerdy. He wears sneakers, a t-shirt that is probably a size too big, and big round glasses. He has the Watcher's Gift, the Lore Keeper's Tome, which is this book, and it has a personality. It's weird, it's magical, it's fine. It does not make fun of me whatsoever, even though it is like a 40-year-old mechanic. And I've also picked Eye for Detail, which once per episode, after another scout rolls the Snoop move, I get to add my Smart modifier to their roll, which is a lot. A +3 to any roll. As well as saying some details when we get to new places. It's fun.
And last but not least, Aaron, could you introduce Mia?
Sure. I'm playing Mia Woodward, her, the medic. Mia's style is a school uniform, an umbrella just in case, and a pair of running shoes. My move that I start with is the Watcher's Gift, Remedy of the Ancients. The Watcher has trusted you with a recipe for miraculous tonic, but it doesn't keep for long and the ingredients are hard to come by. Pick 3 or write your own. I've got bark from a lightning hollowed oak tree, water from a forgotten well, and pickled brine berries. I get 1 box already marked when I create the character. When I search for ingredients, roll with smart or attuned, my choice. On a 10 plus, you find an ingredient you need, mark a box. On a 7 to 9, as above, but acquiring it may be risky and or time consuming, navigator's choice. On a triumph, mark 2 boxes. When I get all 3 ingredients, I may unmark the boxes and brew the healing tonic and add it to my clubhouse collection. It can be marked 2 times to clear either a physical misfortune from me or a fellow scout, or heal a physical ailment from a side character. It lasts until the end of episode, or when it sours and loses potency. And then for my second move, I took Be Prepared. You carry a well-stocked pack of essential supplies on you at all times. What does it look like? It is a giant, like the clear backpacks they used to have back in the day that you can see everything in. That is exactly what everything is kept in. So you can see all the bullshit that's in there. Once per curse, me and my fellow scouts can each take something from the pack and add it to our clubhouse collection. Pick from the following list or write your own. The item must be removed from the clubhouse collection once it is marked. Additionally, you gain a plus one bonus to cool when taking actions in a stressful situation. I'm not going to read all of those things. There's so many.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a bunch of random assorted shit that you can just have. All right. Now we're going to go back around the group one more time, and using what we know of the characters, each of us are going to pick an item that we think the other would keep in the clubhouse. Try to make them functional and light enough to carry. You can veto any ideas you don't like or ask for a revision. You write down each item in the clubhouse section of your playbook. Let's start reverse order with Aaron and Mia. What do we think Mia has in the clubhouse?
Just reading through the list of stuff you get from Be Prepared.
Yeah, right. Let's give her something she already has in her backpack.
Can you have like the complete seasons of Grey's Anatomy?
Mhm.
That's really funny.
Sure, why not? Hilarious that I'd be carrying them with me just in case, but
No, you
why
have them
not?
in the clubhouse.
Oh, it's the clubhouse. That's right. I guess. Okay, that makes fair
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, I
We
love it.
just marathon Grays every so often. You know how it is.
God, what a insufferable girl Mia is to make her friends sit through that shit. No, I want to watch the medical drama. At least it's not House.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Damn, I was a big House fan.
There's only so much of a narcissist I can take before I'm like, I'm done with this show.
It's valid.
I mean, it like House is just Sherlock Holmes, like, but it doesn't beat the best Sherlock Holmes adaptation of Psych.
He's Sherlock Holmes if they'd made him less gay, like Cowards.
And it's the best is like the Benedict Cumberbatch, right? We're talking about that. The one.
Yeah, I do like the Cumberbatch one. Well, it's of modern iterations, it's my favorite. I think you have to go old school to get the best
Oh
Holmes.
yeah.
Though for fun factor, I do enjoy Robert Downey Jr.'s.
I love that his vice instead of drugs is it's cigarette, That's really cool.
Okay. Anyways, I think you have like a big net, Mia.
Okay. Like the with a handle on it, or like
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, like handle on it, like sort of like this sort of Animal Crossing like butterfly nut.
Okay, got it. I'm just gonna write that. That'll keep it perfect in my brain.
You're gonna scream, I think.
Oh no.
I think that you have a health and wellness podcast.
Oh no. I'm the worst. Yeah. Oh God. Let me tell you about nootropics.
Awesome. All right.
I'm good.
And now for David. What do we think David the Bookworm has?
In school in US you have like this project of science project, and he's building up a civilization project, like Lisa in The Simpsons.
I think I missed a few words.
Basically, it's like a science project that they're working
Yeah.
on.
Oh, okay.
And they're making like a model civilization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed the word civilization.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, I would have that.
I think you have dozens of manuscripts for novels.
Because I feel like doing some crossover bullshit here. You have the red box version of Serpents and Sepulchres.
Oh my God. Like the sort of anniversary edition, like not the original one.
Yes,
Like,
yes. Let's be yes, not the ritual one.
yeah. God, just call me out there because I've actually have the red box anniversary edition of D&D.
Oh, chaotic, beautiful. I do still have my Advanced Dungeons and Dragons player's guide somewhere in storage, so I guess I can't judge.
All right. And lastly, but certainly not least, what do we think Dick has?
Richard. I think David just calls calls Dick Richard. Because like just so things wouldn't get confused. But I think you have like a soccer ball.
Yeah. It would.
Uh, Forgive me, I'm queer and don't know shit about sports. You have a jersey of insert soccer player that is quite famous and you love here.
Oh, like a Messi shirt, jersey?
Yeah.
He stole mine.
Oh no. It was cleats or that. So there you go.
I think that, hmm. I think you have a case of each of your team members' favorite soda. All right. Now, last but not least, we are going to come up with the name and appearance of a clubhouse ghost somewhere around your character's age. The spirit will inhabit the special sash that your scout wears at all times and can literally change their fate. You can just write this down in the notes section. I forgot to put a section for the spirits because I forgot in my very rapid creation of this character keeper, which, by the way, looks fucking incredible for given how quickly I made it.
Yes, I love it.
Sure, agree.
But yeah, you can just write down name and some appearance in your notes section for your spirit, your ghost that hangs out with you.
So we each have our own ghost?
Yep.
I see.
We just have ghosts.
Yeah, they live in your sash. They live inside there. It's their homes.
It's okay what I wrote.
Uh, You have to click off of the cell first so I can see it.
Oh.
Sure. He's got to be around your age, so keep that in mind as well.
Oh, okay.
So if it's someone specific, it's probably not going to be that specific person.
No, okay. Just, yeah. A member of my team.
Mhm.
This person died in 1962, so they won't be of your team. They might be from
Okay.
the team in the past. That would be cool. Like the
Okay.
previous team captain of the Wild Paws.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice.
All right. So we have Diego, a former member from the Wild Paws, the captain of the Wild Paws from 1962. Margaret, a nerdy girl from the 60s, and Abigail, girl who died from an allergic reaction in the 60s. That's very funny. All right. So before we start tackling our first curse here, we're going to describe the Watcher. The Watcher, as mentioned earlier, is a giant supernatural creature that lives on the roof of the clubhouse. They can resemble a real animal or be something entirely fantastical, just as long as they can comfortably stretch out across the clubhouse roof. With that in mind, what does our Watcher look like?
Well, can it be like a panther from like the Wild Claws?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
A big panther with like white paws.
Mhm.
That we can talk to him or her? I don't know.
Yeah, them.
Them?
Mhm.
Yeah, the Watcher uses they, them pronouns.
Okay. So we have, I don't know what they name are. They are the Watcher only?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. Aaron, did you have any ideas or is that good with you?
Um, we give him antlers. Or them antlers. I love antlers.
Hell yes.
Mhm.
Huge panther, white paws, antlers.
Excellent.
You good with that, Chaotic?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get to playing the game. If you go to the Curses tab, we are tackling the Traditionalist's Curse. All of the summaries in Cryptid Creeks are presented from the perspective of the Watcher talking directly to you, the Scouts. So one day you're at the clubhouse, or actually, hold on, wait.
Wait.
No, yes, this is correct. I'm right. I'm genius. All right. The Watcher steps down from atop the clubhouse and starts just purring pretty loudly, gets all of your attention. And they begin to speak. My intrepid scouts, the Eries have come with saddening news. Eries, by the way, are small, other sort of mystical creatures. You have all started seeing them as of late, now that you have recited the Scout's Pledge and put on the sashes. You're able to start to see these Eries. They're like small little cryptids, like elves or gnomes, but they could be animals, anything similar to the Watcher. They'll probably be, a lot of them will be very similar to the Watcher as well. Anyhow, the Watcher says, The Eries have come with saddening news. Someone entrusted to fill your schools with light, happiness, and learning has been gifted a trinket by the peddler. The peddler is the entity that is making all of these curses happen. They are vengeful. There's things that happened in the 60s and beyond that the peddler wants revenge for. Anyways, this individual's name is Miss Shirley Isbat, and she is the principal of Shallowbrook Elementary. Already rooted in her old and ineffective ways, this trinket feeds on this stubbornness and emboldens her with even more ambition and determination than usual. Beyond imbuing her with some of its eldritch power, this trinket also causes those exposed to it to agree with any of Shirley's ideas. David, you're familiar with Mrs. Bat. You successfully stood up with the student council last year to oppose her attempt at overturning a ruling that protected a student right. What was it? How did you convince the school board to keep the ruling?
It was more or less the excusing absences due to wayward weather. Typically, there is sometimes a little bit of flooding, sometimes like some power lines go down and they can't get to school on time. And that was a reasonable excuse. However, Miss Izzet was convinced that, well, you should have looked up the weather reports and head on earlier in the day to like get into school. But I argue that sometimes these sort of weather reports are so far in advance that you cannot reasonably predict them as a normal person. So,
Excellent. The Watcher continues. I've asked the Eries to come up with some leads for you all to look into. They've come back to me with this. The school board is in town for a meeting. It's being held at the end of the week in the Shingleford Community Center, next to the public library. The members of the school board are staying at the Resting River Bed and Breakfast, but since her house is currently being fumigated, Shirley is also staying at the B&B. And let me see, which of you has the highest attuned? I believe that is Mia. A detail in the story tells you that whatever form it takes, the trinket only has power for as long as Shirley remains principal. What is it?
What is the trinket?
No, what is the detail that makes you...
Oh,
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, brain do thing. I think like it's inscribed with whatever the school's crest is and like whatever fancy saying in Latin, I presume. I don't know. That sounds good.
Excellent. Mrs. Bat is very stubborn and set in her ways. She won't be convinced, no matter how hard you may try. Her skills in managing the administrative duties of public education has prevented the school board from removing her, but that must change if the young minds of Clawfoot are to remain safe. You can make your case to the school board at the meeting this week. This curse has two questions. The first one, what form does the trinket take? Answering this question allows you to have the next one. How can you convince the school board to remove Shirley? Then you can break the curse by meeting with the school board and convincing them to remove Shirley from power, thus destroying the trinket. So, this curse also has a sash, the Sash of Solidarity. We'll go over it if it gets marked, but you can read it if you really want to. All right. What does everyone want to do? Oh, wait. Clubhouse montage. We do that.
oh,
Let me pull that up really quickly.
Montage.
Montage.
Come on now. Up. Is it in the? It should be. Question phases, river phase. In. Okay. Clubhouse montage. The old building preserves the legacy of the River Scouts. To honor this, each player will describe a montage taking place inside the clubhouse or around it. A montage is a collection of separate images moving or still stitched together to create a seamless sequence. Players should try to think of their own prompts for the montage, but to get you started, here are a few ideas. The crew could be maintaining the clubhouse, preparing the boat for launch, fishing from the jetty, the watchers shaking the clubhouse as they snore, the Eries playing pranks, the clubhouse ghosts puzzling over modern technology. So please.
So Richard, known as Dick, is outside the clubhouse. He has made like this very rustic arch, you know, with free free parts of wood, you know, like soccer. And he's like with his ball playing and playing and playing and playing and put it in the arc and put it in the arc and put it in the arc. And one day he wishes to be a football star, a soccer star, right? Yeah, you call it soccer. Yeah, right. So his dream is that, you know, and he's with his Lionel Messi t-shirt. You know, one day I'm gonna be like this Argentinian guy.
I think we see David starting a new manuscript for another novel about the story of, I think, sort of the unfair oppression of just the local student body, of just how they struggle to maintain their freedom and their choices in life, and how they are trying to come into like the identity of their own. And I think like we just see like David just scrolling in his notebook, sort of sitting on like the outside stoop of the clubhouse.
Which prompt are we doing? Sorry.
Oh, this is just a clubhouse montage.
Oh, they're just
You just make shit up.
shit up. Got it.
It's basically cozy little vignettes in Brindlewood Bay.
Got it. Okay. I think you see Mia inside the clubhouse, cleaning and disinfecting everything, to make sure it's nice and sanitary for everyone to eat and hang out in, etc. Making sure supplies are stocked.
Excellent. Love that. All right. So, where would everyone like to go during this investigation phase? We finished the beginning of episode phase now.
Mm-hmm. God, this is so nerdy. I think David would like to go to the library to look up various like sort of the legal rulings of like the what was it again? The board, like what sort of things could get someone kicked out of like that position, like any sorts of like sort of ethical standings and whatnot. So we're doing research here because
Excellent.
knowledge is power.
I think Dick would like to talk with his coach. That is in the bed and breakfast, maybe.
All right. So, Mia, what would you like to do?
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'd also like to go to the B&B. Um,
All right. Let's go ahead and start with that then. Let me. Resting River Bed and Breakfast. A popular bed and breakfast in Shingleford. It's 2 stories tall with a welcoming paint job of mostly pastel colors. The smell of fresh baked goods fills the interior. Principal Shirley is staying here for the next few days as her house is fumigated for termites. Let's paint the scene. What do we see in the bed and breakfast that tells us the hostess always tries to stand up for her guests?
I think you can always tell about who's staying in the B&B because like there's like little knickknacks and trinkets that are representative of the personalities of those staying at the B&B.
I think she has like a little pencil holder, but it's filled with various nations' flags and also some of the queer flags that exist currently.
I think she has a table of her own that that's so particular that she has like this code within the with the people at the bed and breakfast of the B&B that that's her table.
Excellent. As the two of you are walking into the bed and breakfast, you are able to see a woman in, well, not necessarily the doorway, but in the front room. It's an open door type situation. It's not like you have to knock for the B&B. You see a brightly colored floral dress and yellow high heels. Woman with her hair is in twin braids, and she smells very strongly of apples and cinnamon. Uh, she is in the main room, walking back and forth to from that and the rest of the home to the kitchen. She hears the two of you enter, and she says, "Oh, hey there! Uh, Welcome to the Resting River. My name's Netta. How are you two doing?"
Fine, lady.
Oh,
Um, I'm looking for I don't know, Coach Jim. He's saying right here.
oh, yeah. You say Coach Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think he's probably around. Yeah, I can find him for you. Now, how about you, sweetheart? What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just seeing if I could be of help to any of the school board members while I have some free time.
Oh, well, that's mighty kind of you. Well, I might not be a school board member, but if you'd be a dear and hand me the candied apples in the fridge, I can start getting some dessert prep for tonight. If you'd be so kind.
Absolutely, I'd love to help.
All right, thank you very much. I'm gonna go find Jim for your friend here. I'll be right back. And I think
What
that
a nice old lady.
You're not supposed to call them old ladies.
uh
Sorry.
Mia,
What a
if you
great
would
lady.
like,
Eric. Yeah.
love that. Uh Mia, I would like you to roll the Snoop move, please. See if you find anything while you are helping her out here. The Snoop move, when you search for a clue, conduct research, or otherwise gather information, you describe your actions and roll with an appropriate ability. This is going to be with, I think, just reason. Or not reason, smart. Ah, I play so many CFP games.
Okay, we'll get it a bit smart. Okay, I'm not careful with that. That is a 10 total.
Excellent. On a 10 plus, you discover a clue. I will describe what you find. We'll get to that. Dick. After a few moments, while Mia is rummaging around looking for candied apples and helping set things up, Netta comes back down with a man in his middle ages. What does your coach Jim look like?
He's always wearing this jogging, in sports, and he has this jacket that is well posed, and he's like this bald guy, and he's always cheering, and he's a good guy.
He sees you and immediately says, "Oh, hey, Richie, come here. What are you doing here?"
Hi, Coach Jim. I was wondering, just between you and me.
Oh,
I just
what's up? Do you need to go to do we need to go to my room? Is this like a private man-to-man conversation?
you could say so. Yeah.
All right. Well, come on then. I don't want anyone to overhear anything of this personal, private like. So he takes you to just a general room. It looks like most B&B rooms do. He says, "All right. So, what you need? You got girl
Well,
problems?"
maybe, but it's more like I have I know I don't have good grades, but I'm having a problem with a teacher, because I think she has something on me, and I don't know what is it. She's Miss Isbeth.
Oh, the principal for the elementary school? Oh, is she
Yeah,
bothering your little siblings or something?
yeah, and she also, she started putting me bad I got a C, and so she said that if I have three C's, I'm not going to be able to play. So I was wondering if you have some information that I could, like, you know, be gentle or kind. Does she have something that that I could like be more careful with her?
Let's have the Snoop move with Smooth, please.
Okay.
It's going to be 2d6 plus your Smooth score.
Uh-huh. Nine plus my smooth is, let me see.
Believe
One,
yours.
10.
Yeah, 10.
10.
Awesome. Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. David, you are going to the library.
A library.
Let me get this real quick. When writing this, I don't think that all of the key locations were actually made yet. So the public library has actually been made into an actual key location. So I'm going to use that one instead of the one that's in the curse text. But I'm going to keep using the paint the scene for the curse text because it makes the most sense for what we're going with here. Just to keep everyone on the same page. All right. Shingleford Library. One of the larger buildings in Shingleford, the library is in the center of town, directly opposite the town hall. There are usually posters up in the windows advertising various events and new novel arrivals. The window displays are intricate. It looks like someone's put a lot of effort into them. Inside, there's a large reception room with different halls branching off from it. There are separate rooms for children and adult literature, as well as a small computer study area. The general feel is light and spacious. Let's paint the scene. As you enter the library, how can we tell that the librarians have been diligently fighting against misinformation?
They have like a stack of Donald Trump books that it says "My Intelligence," and they're all blank pages.
Mm.
I think there's a straight up one of the stop signs that says "Stop Bombers for Liberty."
I think one of the reasons why they put stop bombs for liberty, that sort of thing. I think they literally have caught them like putting fiction books into the nonfiction section, and so like every day they keep on like prowling about looking through like the non-fiction section for any sort of misplaced books.
Excellent. You see, in addition to the regular posters that are usually hanging up here, it seems that on some of the bulletins, there are black and white flyers that are admonishing the school system for quote unquote coddling our children. And we see a woman with her hair tied up in a bun and a colorful and flowing dress with modest flats on her feet. She walks up to the bulletin board, looks at the flyer, frowns, and takes it down, crumples it up, and throws it into the recycling bin. Then she turns and looks around, sees you, and waves and says, "Oh, hello. Are you looking for anything? Is there anything I can help you with?" You see a name tag on her shirt, says Rupinder Donsing.
Uh, yes, Ms. Dawson, I'm actually doing a research project currently on the sort of local politics, including the school board currently, about what sort of policies they may have and what sort of procedures they may have. And I think because I have a move, because this is the first time in this game that I've entered a location, well, new, even though I think that David has been here before, I can establish a minor detail about it based on what the navigator has described, and in addition to the paint the scene question. I think this sort of thing is David is very familiar with like the sort of layout of the library, like he knows like where all like the crooks and crannies are, and like any sort of like sections where librarians, despite their best efforts, like miss a book or two. So like there's some like things out of place. So me asking this question is a little bit odd, as though I am trying to sort of bring attention to the fact that maybe the elementary school principal may have been doing something here. Who knows?
All right. I think she sort of furrows her brow for a moment and says, well, I know you. You're here pretty often. Looks like you're doing your due diligence. And when someone tells you something, says it's a fact, it's our responsibility to check for ourselves and come to our own conclusions, especially if it's told by someone with power.
Mhm.
What are you specifically looking after? I know that you know where everything is. Is there anything I can help you with in particular?
Well, I'm just very curious. Like, uh, there's just been sort of strange sort of propositions as of late with the school board. Sort of, a few weeks ago that I actually brought up the sort of problem about natural weather disasters preventing students from coming into school or delaying them at the very least, as being sort of an inexcusable sort of thing. But however, this elementary school principal does not think that. And I just it just bothers me why she's coming up with these very strange policies, or I just want to make sure like she's doing everything by the book.
I think this is going to be the Snoop move with smooth.
God damn it.
I can see an argument for it being smart, but it ends up just rolling back around to, but you are just saying it and talking and not necessarily doing the smart thing. So
no, David's just blathering on, and
yeah,
like
she's just kind of yapping, really.
he's just uh I get to mark one of my end of episode questions, which is, did you use your weakest ability to resolve a move? It's at -1, y'all. That's a 6.
Well, on a miss, I get to react. We'll get back to that. Mia, as you are searching around looking for these candied apples and just helping put things in state, you notice something in the trash can as you're picking up some garbage. There is a letter in the trash that seems to be in Miss Isbat's handwriting. This letter shows, or rather tells of her, it's a letter to her, the vice principal, effectively her yes man, and it is detailing the way that the two of them are going to be able to effectively shove any complaints off to the side and not have them get dealt with. So it's a letter from Shirley to her vice principal that is explaining how to not deal with complaints and not get them investigated.
Okay.
Netta approaches you and says, "Oh, well, thanks, Sugar. I really appreciate that. Now, was there anything else in particular? That's right. You wanted to see the school board folk, right?"
Yeah. Just trying to be, useful.
Well, I'm not sure that they're here quite right now. I think they're hanging around town, getting a feel for the local area. But I do know that one of them has mentioned that they were going to go and check out the elementary school this afternoon. So that could be somewhere you could look if you want to. Oh, hold on. And she looks out the window and walks out the front door. And if you watch, you can notice that there's someone who appears to be unhoused, an unhoused person walking around. Netta walks out and says, "Oh, hey, darling. Come, yes, you, sir. Please, come on inside. You can stay tonight, free charge, and I'll get you a hot meal. Uh, let's just get you. Yeah, no, it's perfectly all right. Uh, what do you do, Mia?"
I think Bia wants to see this play out. She's curious about who this guy Netta is letting into the house.
All right. We'll get back to that. Richard, Dick, you are speaking with Coach Jim. He has him about Shirley and grades and such, and he says, "Well, I don't think you have to worry about Shirley holding you back. You're in high school, buddy. You're not in elementary school. I don't think she has any jurisdiction over you. But between you and me, I have, well, so, I also coach the elementary school team, soccer team. They, them kids, since Shirley's been made the principal, the grades have been kind of going down steadily. over time. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's coincidence. And don't you tell no one you heard that from me, because I'm not going to be blasted for no hearsay. But yeah, I've been a little worried about it too.
Okay. Thank you, coach. You have my 110% always on the field and outside the field also. Yeah.
Go Wild Paws.
Well, go Wild Paws. Yeah, right.
All
So
right,
I
son.
will.
Is there anything else you needed?
And no, just maybe you have like some exercise in that I could do, and you could help me for being a better player.
You want an exercise? You want
Yeah.
training?
Yeah.
All right. Give me 20 push-ups. Wait, no. You're
Okay.
soccer, not basketball. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. That's the wrong muscle set. Mia, you are watching all of that go down. This man walks in and sits down with Netta, and they all are just begin eating. And man doesn't really seem to be anyone related to the school system so much as he's just someone down on his luck and needing a nice reset. And Netta is giving that to him. What do you do?
I think Mia's going to like appraise him and see if like he has any like cuts or scrapes or anything like that, and if so, pull out some of her over-prepared bullshit to, offer him.
Let's have the Snoop move with Smart again.
That's a 6.
Excellent. David.
David is going through all the potential possibilities of like the sort of like research that he could be doing and about like various ideas of what books that he might need, and like he keeps on talking and like not much is coming out.
David, darling. Hello. Hey, can you your voice is getting louder and we're in the library still. I know you're getting excited about it, but I need you to bring it back down a level, okay? All right?
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know where everything is, so I'll let you get to it. Just please try and keep it down. And I'm gonna give you the condition loud in the library. Unless you would like to mark a sash.
I will take loud in the library. I think this condition probably also applies outside of the library.
Yeah, I imagine.
So David scurries on off and goes to the probably like he should have like had these thoughts on the inside and then just gone and do this instead of like asking for the library for help, because like he knows this place like the back of his hand. Like, why did he do this? It wasn't necessary. But he just had to talk about it because it's just compulsive to talk about
it. He's just like me for real. All right. So you're gonna go looking through the library. Let's have you roll the Snoop move with Smart then.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a disadvantage because I am loud in the library?
I believe so. Good call.
Yeah, I don't think any of my Clubhouse collection will help out. Oh God, that's terrible. That's a 5. Snake
Jeez.
eyes.
Wow. All right. We'll get back to that. Mia and Dick, what are the two of you going to be doing now?
I'm gonna
Wait,
go.
you have a snoop move, right?
Yeah, I did. I
Resolve,
ate
that's
shit on
right.
with a 6. Yeah.
Yes, I forgot. I think that you hear footsteps approaching, healed footsteps approaching from outside. You smell a very particular scent, the signature scent that Miss Isbat constantly wears, La Parfum du Pied. She's in her late 60s. She has a frilled green blouse, long socks, and high heels. She looks to the two of you, to the unhoused person, Coach Jim, to Netta, and she sort of raises her nose and says, Hello, what is going on currently? Seems that there was a party happening and I'm unaware of it.
Maybe you were not invited, Mister, but Mrs.
Oh,
Because we're having a party and maybe you were not invited. I don't know. I'm not too smart.
I think Coach Jim says, "Oh, what? No, Dick, I think that's probably not. It's no party, Mrs. Bad. I assure you. Oh, well, then why is everyone gathered around here? It seems that there's something going on that I'm not being brought abreast of." And Netta says, "Now, Mrs. Bat, I don't think it's really not that big of an issue. It's just some kids coming about, saying hi, helping out, and I'm just getting this fine man here a nice bite to eat." Shirley says, "I can see that. Fine. I will be going to my room." And she walks up the stairs, her high heels clanging against the wood.
Can I mark a shash to bump up my roll?
You can.
Lovely. So the SAS pages do not have to be done in order. It's the endings that have to be done in order, correct?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to mark assassin. I swear I can say this word. I can
You're gonna
say
mark an assassin.
sash.
Hello?
I'm gonna mark some sass in a second, ma'am. I'm gonna mark your sash of ages. Why is sash so hard for me to say?
You gonna hash out a sash?
Hash out a sash. That actually helps a lot, chaotic, to be perfectly honest.
All right. Did you want to do that now or did you want to leave it a bit?
I can do it now or later. It's fine.
Let's hear it.
Cool. So I'm doing a flashback to the last time you volunteered at a local soup kitchen. It felt appropriate. So I think you see Mia preparing to go to the soup kitchen. She has a very lovely, like, 3-story home, obviously comes from money. So she's going through like her own cupboard and jacking like the fancy ingredients, the fancy spices, taking a whole bunch of stuff she's definitely not supposed to donate. And just loading her backpack up with it. And then when she gets to the soup kitchen, she basically zhuzhes up all of the meals so that, like, even though they're, a lot of canned stuff, like they have like truffle oil or actual truffles and shit like that in them, to kind of give them some extra, just a little extra something for the people there.
Lovely. So instead of that, we see, I think Netta turns to you and she says, "Well, thank you so much for helping out, Mia. I really appreciate it. I know you might feel small just getting things tidied for me and setting up the ingredients for the dessert, but it really does mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. And I think I'm going to give you the condition marked by Netta.
Okay.
1 second. I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to pause the recording real quick. All right. Where did we leave off? Who were we with?
Mia, I think you
Yeah.
were.
That's right.
I w-
Marked by Netta. Okay. Uh,
Did we get the clue for that? I don't remember.
and the clue.
I think we didn't.
Let me get that for you real quick. Uh, mm, I think that during this all, I think that Netta says, now, I'm so glad that kids like you are coming around and helping out. 'Cause, well, more and more these days, I'm hearing about, well, a lot of things are happening with the youth around town. And specifically, I think that, well, I've been hearing at least that Shirley's been having to put a lot of kids into detention lately. And that is your clue.
Can I approach the man? Can I talk to the man?
Mm-hmm. He's currently just sitting down eating I think it's probably like we'll see, a curry.
Hi, my name is Dick. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
hello. Sorry, I'm got a mouthful of food here. Nice to meet you.
I'm sure you came here to see the Wild Pals play, right? Because we rock, we're an excellent team. That's your mission here?
Oh, no, I'm well, uh, my name's Gerard. I just no, I lost my job recently. Was all.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
What did you work? What was your
Well,
work?
I was working for a motel. They were hitting me up with letting me use one of the rooms while I was working there too. So I don't really got much else going on for me right now.
You need a place to sleep because we have a cabin in the woods, and maybe you can sleep there.
Oh, that's thanks. No, I think I'll be all right. Miss Netta here has very kindly offered me to stay here for as long as I need to get up back off my feet. And well,
Well, Mister, is there something I can do for you?
uh, well, maybe not for me, but if you see anyone out there hurting, try and do them right by them like Netta here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, so he goes to me and such a great guy. But you should come to see the wild balls, Mister.
I think he smiles and says, "Yeah, no, maybe I will."
Um, I was wondering, out of character, can I get some info on the guy, or he's just? Are you familiar with that lady that came down?
Uh, that didn't actually happen. Shirley didn't show up.
Oh, okay. Do you know something? Do you know some girl, some woman, very obnoxious woman by the name of Shirley?
Let's have the Snoop move with smooth, please.
Okay. So it's an 11. But
Excellent.
I'm gonna open up. I wanna do something that it's because it's a one shot, and I will do it. And I wanna do a flashback showing the first time you earned the admiration of a crowd.
All
Can I do
right.
that?
Uh, yeah, let's have that after we get the everything done.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and switch to David. You got another bad roll.
I am just rolling like shit.
I think as you're walking around the I would imagine the nonfiction section or the historical records section of the library where they keep the records for the town, you see someone else poking around this section, which is strange because all of the times you've been here, literally countable on one hand the times you've seen people be in here. It's a man with corduroy pants, a light blue button down shirt, and hair slicked back with far too much gel, socks with sandals. You recognize him as the vice principal of Shallowbrook Elementary, Hench Mannings.
Oh God, these names. And they aren't all coming from you. That some of them are coming from us as well.
Mm-hmm. And he is sifting through everything, and you know that he is a total yes man to Shirley. Even before the curse, he was just following her orders without question. So this could spell trouble.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
Well, since I forgot about this from earlier, because I do have a beginning of episode move,
Mm.
I think I should probably roll that now, because I think I'm going to be consulting my lore keeper's tome because, frankly, I can't be like
Yep.
finding the
Let's have
books
it.
out. Yeah, so during the beginning of an episode, rolled with attuned or smooth. I'm going to be rolling with attuned because that's my better stat. Thank you, dice. That is an 11. On a 10 plus, the book is feeling supportive and you're enveloped in an aura of literary confidence until the end of episode of any action using smooth can be rolled with smart instead.
That would have been helpful.
That would have been helpful earlier, but the dice, they say what they want. But anyways, I'm consulting my book, sort of like I sort of back out of like these stack of shelves and like just go around the corner pretty sneakily. And once per episode, when you consult the book on about a subject by reading or speaking with it, declare what information you're looking for and ask the keeper any question you like. They will answer truthfully and completely, or in the form of a clue, their choice. I think because this is information particularly on the eldritch and supernatural, I think like I pull out the book and like have it peer around the corner and then like turn to it and I'm going to ask, is there anything supernatural going on with the vice principal?
What does your book look like? Describe it for us.
It is a cracked and leather cover with glowing thread binding. It looks like it could fall apart at any moment, but for some reason it just doesn't. Its personality is a gruff in plain spoken, like a mechanic, specifically a 40-year-old mechanic. It's just a guy.
So I think as you ask it this question, I think when you have it peer, we see the camera sees two, or rather one large eye open up in the middle. It is, I think, probably bright orange with a purple iris, and it looks, scans up and down, closes again, and when you turn, it just says, "No."
That's it? No?
Nope.
Just so he's just a yes guy. Like he's just doing this willy-nilly.
Yep.
Ugh. God. Gonna have to talk to him, aren't I? Oh.
Yep.
So I put the book back away. And I think what's the vice principal's? Oh yeah.
Hench Mannings.
Mr. Mannings, as I appear back around very awkwardly. Are yes, I can like I can count on one hand about how many people I've seen in this sort of section. Are you interested in nonfiction books as well?
I love this. I think I'm going to make this the scout move.
Mm-hmm.
The scout move is when you do something risky or face something you fear, name what you're afraid will happen if you fail or lose your nerve. Then roll with an appropriate ability. This will be with smooth.
Because of the Lore Keeper's Tome, I think I'll be rolling it with smart instead.
Excellent.
Because
what are you afraid will happen or might happen?
I'm afraid that I'm just going to be like an annoying kid to Mr. Manning, and like he's just going to tell me off, and like I won't get anything from him.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Mm-hmm. Do I have disadvantage because I'm loud in the library?
I don't think so. We've just described that pretty much no one is here.
That's fair. Let's go. I'm taking a device from a book. Wow, that's a 12.
Excellent. Lovely, even.
Mm-hmm.
On a 12 plus, on a triumph, you achieve what you intended or hold your nerve, describe how it plays out, and I will give you some extra benefit or advantage. So how does this play out?
I think like David is sort of talking about like sort of like some research projects that he's been doing as of late, specifically the ones about sort of ancient civilizations. Like he actually is currently building a little model of the Aztecs. Just to show out various building and architectural processes, as well as writing his own fictional novels, and like he's going on and on about like various things because because he forgot what he was supposed to be doing was like actually interrogating like Mr. Branding instead of just talking about all the fun trivia facts that he knows. So like either like Mr. Manning will either reveal something to me just by pure happenstance to just get me to shut up, or just leave the section and I can actually find the books I'm looking for.
Okay. I think that, yeah, that pretty much happens. Mr. Manning says, "Oh no, that's really quite really interesting, David. No, that's yeah, no, absolutely. I have to go." And he just starts backing away, and As he does so, he turns around, leaves, and a uh, out of the book that he was just messing with, a envelope falls out. In it are complaints about Shirley made by disgruntled parents.
Yoink.
That is your bonus. And we're going to cut back to the B&B. I don't think there are any more clues to be found here, at least not in the general B&B area. You could go to Shirley's room, but I don't think there's any more information to gather here.
I got a plus 12.
Yes,
That's right.
it's currently Dick that did not receive the clue for the 12.
That's right. Okay. Um, I think that you see, well, first of all, on a 12 plus on the Snoop move, you also find an Eldritch Insight, which are similar to, hold on one moment.
Mm-hmm. Can.
Sorry about that. Right. So Eldritch Insights are things that they're similar to mastermind clues in the between. They won't really come up that much for the sake of this one shot because, again, it's not really super important for just a single session, but you do find one. And I think that I am going to combine the two. I don't think that the man really has anything helpful to say about Shirley, but eventually, as you walk away and begin to do other things, you find yourself singing an eerily familiar tune. And this tune, it also seems to be a play-by-play of Shirley's interview process, during which she definitely changed some things around on her resume, on and lied, and just in general, seems that there was a lot of foul play. But you can't recreate this song, even if you try. Does your Eldritch Insight and clue combined into one there?
Okay. So I had to narrate the flashback.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do this because it's a movie that I love. So there's the final there's the final for the championship of the games of the high school, you know, and the Wild Paws are playing, and we got this really cool kid, but he doesn't play well. His name is Rudy, and he hasn't played like in 1 minute. He's a substitute. He's always been a substitute, but he has so much eager, you know. And then so we all gathered around, and I said, well, if Rudy doesn't play at least 5 minutes, then my shirt is over. And I go to the principals, to Coach Jim, and I put my number 10. If Rudy doesn't play, I don't play. And you see the 11 players, the one, if Rudy doesn't play, I don't play. If Rudy doesn't play, I don't play. And the coach says, okay. Rudy will have his time. Okay, so we hung up with Rudy and we said, Rudy, now you're going to play in the finals, but you're going to start as a substitute. And so we are on the soccer game has 2 times of 45 minutes, and we are even. We're 1-1. And so we got like 3 minutes left. It's overtime. So you see in the pitch the changing. The one guy comes off called Charles, and there's and there comes Rudy. And Dick has the ball, and he goes and passes to Rudy, and he's on his way to the goalkeeper, and he stumbles, and the referee thinks it's a penalty, and so all the guys from the other team go to complain, but Dick as a captain, he says, "Yeah, it's a penalty," and so maybe he robbed the penalty because the referee in such a state of confusion says, "Okay, it's penalty." And so all the people are going, Rudy, 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 and Coach Jim says, no, this one goes for Dick, and Dick says, okay, and Dick makes the goal, and it's overtime, and when everyone thinks, and all the people starting playing Dick, 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 and he says, Rudy, 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 and all the stadium starts chanting Rudy, 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 and you see Rudy and Richard going hand to hand, and that's the end of the flashback.
Lovely.
So you are both still at the B&B. Mia, do we have a role that you were left on?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I got
either.
my clue,
Yeah.
and my condition. So
Okay. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything left to find here in at least the main area of the B&B. If you want, you can try and get into Shirley's room, but otherwise, I don't think there's anything else here.
yeah, I think Mia will excuse herself to like use the bathroom and then go check upstairs to see actually, do we know what room everyone's staying in, or is that gonna be guesswork?
So Shirley always has that perfume on.
I see.
There's a good chance that it'll smell like that perfume.
Wonderful. All right. Mia will trust her shot. Oh, speaking of moves that's happened at the start of curses, might be prepared triggers at the start of every curse.
Yeah. Once per curse, you and your fellow scouts can each take something from the pack and add it to our clubhouse collection. Pick from the following list or write your own. The item must be removed from the clubhouse collection once it's marked. Additionally, you get a +1 bonus to cool when taking actions in a stressful situation. So if everyone wants to look over at Aaron's sheet here on the medic, I'll go over everything really quickly, but I'm not going to repeat anything because there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can have colorful bandages, a roll of gauze, an ice pack, calamine lotion, a flashlight, a water bottle, a thermometer, a map and compass, insect repellent, a change of clothes, sunscreen, hiking snacks, topical antibiotic, ibuprofen, walkie-talkies, allergy medication, a splint, hand sanitizer, a first aid manual, or a multi-tool.
I'm going to take the multi-tool for my first one.
I think David will take the walkie-talkies.
And Richard will take the flashback. The flashback, no, the
Flashlight?
the lantern.
All right.
Flashlight, sorry, not flashback.
All good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Are you trying to do this particularly sneakily, or are you just going? I imagine you're doing it pretty sneaky since you gave a little bit of a diversion.
Yes.
Uh, in that case, I'm going to have you roll the scout move with cool, please.
Okay. Not great. Is this the what I'm afraid of move?
Yes, sorry, I forgot. I totally blanked out for a second there. I started just staring into space.
No worries.
What are you afraid might happen?
I think the obvious answer is I'm gonna get caught by Shirley.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Uh, yeah, let's have it.
All right, I am going to um
And I think you're going to be at disadvantage for marked by Netta.
fair enough. Um I'm gonna go ahead and mark this is gonna be such bullshit. I'm gonna mark the health and wellness podcast. I think based on all of her research, she's accustomed to walking on the balls of her feet, like knows how to walk quietly just from like weird exercise routine that she has recommended and done.
I love that. All right, yeah. Let's
All
have
right.
that flat roll in.
Holy shit, that's 2 6s, so that's a 12.
Damn. All right. I think I am going to go ahead and give you your results here. And then, because we are getting a little bit close, I think we're going to go ahead and try and answer the questions that we have and see if we can't get a resolution out of here. I'll also give you a couple extra clues because I forgot to do so in the beginning, which is something I usually do for one shots. But anyhow, on a 12 plus, you get to describe what it looks like.
Yeah, so Mia like on the balls of her feet, like sprints up the stairs very quickly but silently. And then begins to kind of smell the air, letting her nose lead her to what she presumes is Shirley's door. And then in like full spy mode, God, I'm just picturing Totally Spies, what a kink fest that show is. Um uh it's like listening to the door and then like peeks through the keyhole and then pops out the multi-tool and like starts to like jimmy with the lock to break in.
All right. I think as soon as you open up the door, uh, you see a number of what look to be school bags. These school bags are have different names on them and are very clearly not something that Shirley just bought for whatever reason. Uh, and you see that she appears to be, judging by the enormous, like the 2 or 3 boxes of hygiene product samplers, loading these backpacks up with them.
Huh.
And that is your bonus, is a clue. She seems to be loading the confiscated bags with hygiene products.
Interesting. Interesting.
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and say that at some point, the 3 of you reconvene at the clubhouse. And David, your book, which, by the way, do you have a name for it, or do you just call it the book?
David calls it the book. The book itself calls itself Leroy. But David doesn't call the book Leroy the Leroy.
At some point, when the three of you are all in the clubhouse, Leroy starts talking. He says, "Hey, now listen up. I figured some stuff out for you three. Got some things that might help out. One, Shirley has been making a lot of bad comments, cruel comments on social media. Don't ask how I know.
You're probably
Next,
connected to the social media.
I said don't ask.
It wasn't a question, it was a statement.
You're on thin ice, buddy. See, there's also a within Shirley's tenure, there have been 2 times as many incidents of bullying that have been reported, none of which make it to the school board.
So,
And
oh, sorry.
lastly, I've also found, well, found is a interesting way to put it, but anyhow, a parent has very angrily penned a letter saying Shirley caused their kid to break down sobbing profusely after a very cruel chastising. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going to sleep.
And then Leroy just takes a nap.
Mm-hmm. And those are your clues. I would love to try answering some questions now, see if we can't squeak out a resolution within the next 30-ish minutes. Yeah, so the answer a question move. When you have an open, freewheeling discussion about the answer to a question and reach a consensus, you roll plus the number of clues incorporated into the answer or otherwise explained away, minus question complexity. The move is only available in the investigation phase, and the scouts must have gathered a number of clues equal to at least half the complexity. So, what do we think is going on here?
I think I have a theory. I don't know if it's okay. I think the trinket is it's a feeling. It's a way of expanding evilness with the help of the yes man. It doesn't have to be a form in the way of a shape, you know. It's a feeling that the headmaster produces, you know.
Oh, so the trinket is like an aura that Shirley makes, and she just attached
Right.
it to Hench.
Right, because all the clues for me are on that way, you know. This aura that she has, that that she tries to put, you know, the grades for the elementary school, uh, the letter from Shirley from the VP about not dealing with the complaints that she has done, and the complaints about Shirley's made by parents, and the kids are inputting in detention. She has this aura. The trinket is the aura of the of the evil, you know.
Like, I think, because I like that idea of it not just being a singular object. I think she's been putting the aura on the paper she's been writing on. Specifically, like all these complaints have been coming in through paper, like sort of types of things rather than like rumors or anything. And I just find that a little bit weird. I think Shirley has implemented a policy that all complaints must be received in writing, and then she deals with them in writing. So like,
Oh, that's very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you have any thoughts, Aaron?
I'm cool with that. I'm on board. That sounds fun.
All right. Then
And I think that the song that can be recreated, it's part of me being near the aura. So
Mm,
that's
oh, that yeah.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
So,
Who wants to roll? I mean, that looks good
you.
for me. If anyone else has more stuff to add, then by all means. But
yeah, currently we have a +2 with that, so I'm feeling pretty good about rolling for that.
I have confidence with you, any one of you. And
So who would roll? I do not have confidence in my rolling ability today.
you want
sounds
me
like
to
it's Marty
roll?
then.
Okay.
Mhm.
So 2d6, right?
2d6 +2.
Plus 2. Wait a minute. One moment. So it's the 10 plus 2, 12.
Mm. Oh, geez.
Nice. So, for answer a question on a hit, you answer your answer is correct, and an opportunity can be pursued. On a triumph, which is a 12 plus, the peddler makes an appearance while you're pursuing an opportunity.
Mhm.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have, excuse me, you now have access to that next question, which I think we should probably go ahead and take a stab at answering probably
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
I feel like this one's pretty self-explanatory. The altogether, this is a lot of fuckery for a principal to be doing. Like, having kids' school bags and putting shit in them feels borderline illegal. And just straight up.
Here's my thing. I think Shirley is involved with an MLM. Like,
oh no.
this is why like there's been a lot of hygiene products being put in the school bags. Why like just why she's been making a lot of rude comments on social media is because that's where basically the Facebook group is located at.
The bullying is cyberbullying, trying to get people to use the damn products.
Yeah. It's also why the bullying hasn't been reported, because he's trying to keep it download as to like why the bullying is even happening in the first place. And because of like all of this is going on, students have just been so stressed that they can't really study for their tests. It's just a natural consequence.
Yeah.
Fucking MLMs ruining school.
That is incredible. I mean, yeah. Who wants to roll this one?
It's up to you because you
If
have
you're
made
not
it.
confident in your roles, Caddick, I'll give it a shot. I've been either hot or cold today, so that is a 7 with a +1, thank God.
Mhm.
Excellent. So you can convince the school board to move Shirley by effectively just pointing out that, like, yeah, she's in a fucking MLM. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
Sorry, what do you mean by MLM?
Multi-level marketing scheme. It's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
Has a
okay,
nicer name.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, basically, you try to sell a bunch of products, but like the way you move up in the situation is trying to convince other people below you to sell a bunch of products, rather than actually running a good business.
Okay.
It's just scam. Just
Mhm.
scams.
Yeah, like LuLaRoe.
All right. Excellent. So, with that, what would you all like to do?
Well, I want to get screenshots of like this Facebook group of that Shirley is a part of.
Excellent.
The thing is,
Excellent.
I'm with all the clues that I gather, I would like to start to make a podcast about the history of Miss. Is it?
It's just Just make a video presentation of like what's going on. So like
Yeah.
so we have like
Okay.
A recording for the group.
mhm. Here's our PowerPoint presentation on why Shirley shouldn't be a vice principal anymore.
Yes, yes.
Aaron, what is Mia going to be doing?
I have a sneaking suspicion that Mia's probably involved with school announcements, in some fashion. So I think that's what she's gonna do.
Okay. So I think what we'll do here is I'm going to frame the scene of the school board meeting. And after I frame the scene, I will let you all display the things that you've prepared and done to help with this. And then we'll have probably a roll or two. And we'll see how it ends up. So we are here. It's the end of the week. We're in the community center, which is next to the public library. Excuse me. And the Shingleford Community Center has a thriving public garden filled with blooming flowers. There's a spacious interior as well, largely empty, save for folded up tables and chairs. There's a wooden podium waiting diligently, but now all of these chairs and tables have been unfolded and set up. The podium is facing each of them. Let's paint the scene. The community center has been host to many memorable events held by the community members. What remnants of these events remain?
I think you see in one of the walls the number of like 91, 62, 68, 2010. The championships and the Wild Pass have won.
I think there's decorations from the last community event, like still like on the walls, like you know those not daisy chains, but like the paper card chains that like sort of banners and whatnot. Sort of a colorful display for I think what amounted like a birthday party or something here. Like it's a good place for holding public events and as well as private ones.
I think kind of like stowed away in a corner is like a large disco ball for like uh dance nights and stuff like that. That's just kind of it's not put away, but it's tucked in a corner, so it's not super in the like noticeable.
And since this is the first time I've been here, I would like to declare a detail that is true.
Yes,
Um,
please.
I think the community center also has a sort of a presentation style, like sort of a fuck, I forget the name of it. But like where you would display like slideshows and whatnots, like you pulled them down and just like
Projector.
Yeah,
projector,
projector
yeah.
screens.
Yeah, there's projector screens in this room, so like we're set up
Great.
on that regard.
Great.
Excellent. So, all sitting here in the community center are where is this thing? Uh, all of the members of the school board, as well as Shirley and Hench, they're all sat in as well. You see, let's see. Yes. All of the board members are very sharply dressed. We see name tags or name plaques on front of each seat. Janice Dartwell, Irene Cook, Godfrey Rollins, Hank Frederickson, Jonathan Taylor, and Ollie Hogworthy. And they're all sat waiting for the three of you to begin your presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Who's starting?
I think David is starting with handing out the handouts, just with all of the complaints from parents, as well as the letter to Shirley from the BP about not dealing with said complaints.
Excellent.
I think, sorry, you want to go first?
No, please.
I think Dick has put on the projector and he has interviewed all these bullied boys, you know, the ones that are and they're explaining their stories and why have they been arrested in detention and why they have been falling on grades and just to prove some of more material evidence, you know, they're putting, and some kids don't want their face or blurred, you know, they're scared of misses it.
And Mia, what are you doing?
I think over the speaker system, Mia does like her daily health podcast and starts listing all of the reasons that people who get like the mental illness reasons people get involved in MLMs and pyramid schemes.
Incredible. I think that as this is so, let's role play that out a little bit. I think the one of the school members, say it's Ollie, board member says, "Well, now hold on. These are complaints dating back for quite some time, and none of these have reached us, or even really, it seems past the legislature. Is that I'm really not so sure that how can we be sure that these are legitimate complaints at all?"
Hey, I'm the captain team, mister. I'm Dick, and Dick doesn't lie. And all Dick's friends are in the video. You want them? I can bring them with all due respect, sir. I can bring all the testimonies here in your right of face.
As well as that there is cooperation between the complaint and the vice president's reaction, as you can see on this. I think it's if it's quote unquote that these are worry words of parents. Is the specific phrasing? Is that right, Mr. Hemming?
Mr. Hammond, the problem is the harder the dick gets.
That's terrible, awful. Don't say that again.
I think that Hench begins to talk, but Shirley stands up and says, "Now, I don't really see how any of that is quite pertinent. If you'll see here," and she pulls out some paper, and you can see she begins to write on it. She says, "Now, if everyone would please take their attention to the handout that I am preparing now.
Why do you need a handout? You don't need a handout. You have one. Because this is not my own writing. This is the writing of others. However, like, why don't you just talk to us? Why don't you explain your situation through logic and facts?
A reference for the room. Is that all right?
You can you ask Coach Jim, because Coach Jim told me sure will tell you about how the kids in primary school are being bullied by necessity.
I think that Godfrey Rollins speaks up and says, "No, I don't see an issue with Miss Isbat generating a handout for us to look at. I would have appreciated it to be beforehand, but if it has to be in this moment, then so be it. I would like for someone here to make the Eldritch move. The Eldritch move is when you do something dangerous or face something supernatural. Name what you're afraid will happen if you fail or lose your nerve. The Navigator will tell you how it's worse than you fear. You can choose whether to back down or continue on. If you continue on, roll with an appropriate ability. This will be with attuned. This is to effectively stop Shirley from using her trinket on the entire school board and making them just agree with her flat out.
I'm not too well with a tune.
I can do it since I'm in the scene, but however, I think I'm going to mark the walkie-talkies to gain advantage, if I'm reading that right.
Okay.
Don't get the +1 to cool because this isn't a cool rule, but I think like just to like
that I believe is a static thing for Mia.
Okay. So
but you do still get advantage, which is good.
Yeah, I think
loud in the library I don't think counts here.
Okay.
Because being loud is a benefit in a debate.
Yeah. So like I think I tell Mia over the walkie-talkie to provide the distraction, which is to make a very loud noise over the speaker system, just so I can steal the papers from from her and just start munching on them.
Just eating the paper. All right. Yeah, let's have it.
What I'm afraid of happening is I'm going to get in so much trouble for eating papers like this in front of the school board.
It is worse than that. During the Eldritch move, I say the Navigator will tell you how it's worse than you fear. You can choose whether to back down or continue on, but it is worse than that. Not only will you get in so much trouble, you will also have so much indigestion.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. That is an 8.
Even with advantage?
Even with advantage, it was 4, 3, and 2.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you achieve what you intended or hold your nerve, but there's a complication or cost. I will describe how it plays out. I think that Mia is able to distract everyone, and you get to you take the paper, you start shoveling them in your mouth, and the complication here is that by the time the distraction finishes, you won't have swallowed yet, so you can't talk yet. Otherwise, they will know that you have just shoved a bunch of paper in your mouth.
So can I say, so do you need to, I can give you the testimonies of people that have been really hurt by this, by Mrs. And can I do a role? Can I do something superhuman? Because I can do something superhuman, right?
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
To bring one of the kids that has been bullied in the detention school.
Ooh. And what is the noticeable trait of the Watcher that manifests when you do this?
The walls of the pause starts getting into close.
Nice. I mean, I think you just do it.
Yeah.
Describe it. Describe the scene.
Well, so here comes, let's say, Thomas. And Thomas tells how he's been harassed, how he has been, he used to have all straight A's, and he shows them all the his bulletin, you know, his notes, his grades, and the only place that he has been in detention and he has bad notes is from Miss Isabel.
Excellent. And I think everyone is very stunned at the fact that you just teleported a child into the room. So I think with that, let's have. I think the school board says, okay, well, we'll discuss it amongst ourselves. Thank you all for coming, and we'll get back to you all shortly. Um, I think a few days pass after the meeting, and it has been decided that Shirley is no longer the principal of Shallowbrook Elementary. You have successfully broken the curse, and now we're going to move on to the end of episode phase. We will collect rewards if a curse was broken. I don't think we have any sash scenes also, but we're going to collect rewards really quickly. The rewards for this curse are a library card, good for all public libraries within Clawfoot. Add it to your clubhouse collection. The Spirit of Camaraderie. Add it to your clubhouse collection. Rupinder Dancing becomes a recurring side character. You get an additional clue on the Snoop move if you scour the library for information with her. Tony Mertens is a side character that I forgot to introduce. My bad. But they become a recurring side character, and once per curse, a scout may have a comforting conversation with them to clear a relevant misfortune. There are also 2 merit badges available. A merit badge from the curse, ask another scout what it is, and add it to your clubhouse collection.
I want the library card so bad.
I know.
Oh,
So yeah, you get the library card then.
so what are the other ones? Sorry.
The Spirit of Camaraderie. Rupinder Dancing, the librarian, becomes a recurring side character, or Tony Mertens, who is a janitor, becomes a recurring side character. You just didn't meet Tony.
Tony Martin. Yeah, I would like to have a recurring character. Tony Martin.
And yeah.
I'll take the Spirit of Camaraderie.
Excellent. All right. And now we're going to answer end of episode questions. The scouts broke a curse, so everyone gets that one. Marty, did you use your weakest ability to resolve a move? I don't think. Did you roll anything with attuned or smart?
No.
Okay.
Would have been smart because he has a +1 to attune to the system.
No, he has a -1 in attuned normally.
Yeah.
So it's a 0 and a 0.
Zero. No, I got a 0. I got a 0 in a tune because I modified. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you allow another scout to take the lead? I'd
I
say
think
so with with that ending there.
Yeah.
And you definitely push yourself physically by just
Yes.
asking the coach to give you a workout.
Yes.
So you get 3 experience. David, we broke a curse. You used your weakest ability. Did you discover a clue in a book, document, or email?
Yes, I found I think sort of the complaints from the parents through documents.
Excellent. And did you record the crew's investigations?
No.
All right. So you also get 3. Mia, the scouts broke a curse, so you get that one. Did you roll with your weakest ability? I don't
No.
believe so. Did you provide an empathetic ear? You did. And did you
Yes.
help someone overcome a physical injury?
I forgot. I did offer aid to the unhoused person. I don't know that I actually aided him though.
I don't think so. I don't know that they were also injured
Yeah.
necessarily. So you get 2.
Okay.
All right. And with that, I am going to give us a quick little stinger scene here as your 12 plus bonus for answering a question. Let me scroll up to this guy. This freaking guy. we see a man with a battered leather traveling case, has strange markings sewn into it in a somewhat dated outfit, reflecting the fashions of decades past. There's lots of jewelry on his person, cufflinks, earrings, rings, things of the sort. Each of them have those same strange symbols carved into them. Typically wears sunglasses. Currently, they are nestled in his coat pocket, and we can see the pupils of this man are shaped like a teardrop. He's smiling currently, almost mask-like in its stillness. And a tentacle is lazily falling out of his right jacket sleeve. He sits atop a mound in the forest. This mound has strange vein-like things inside of it, all sprouting from the location the peddler sits atop. They pulsate every so often with a malevolent purple energy. The peddler sits there, staring almost mindlessly into nothingness. And we hear whispers of thousands of worlds, of hundreds of voices swarming the air around him. His eyes close, he focuses on them. The noises get louder, louder. He opens his eyes, silence. He turns directly to the camera and smiles. Thank you all very much for playing Cryptid Creeks with me. We're going to go ahead and do, in this one, they're called, let me, the wording here, it's effectively Stars and Wishes. It's just called different in this. It's, I believe, ooh, it's way the fuck back down there. Hold on. It is S'mores and Dreams.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah. Let's have a moment of reflection that we're going to call S'mores and Dreams. Imagine you're around a campfire sharing your highlights for the episode. Quirky side characters, scary scenes, the dramatic outcome of a move. Basically anything that you enjoyed can be a s'more. Dreams represent anything that you'd like to learn or that you'd like to explore in more depth or hope to see in future episodes. I can go ahead and start off. First of all, for Chaotic, I absolutely love how well you portrayed David. He is very nerdy and impersonable in a way that only a nerd can be, because he's also at the same time very personable in the way that only a nerd can be. You can only be two of those things at once if you're a nerd. So it's you did really good at doing that. I also really enjoyed just how he would just ramble and yap to anyone for any reason. Peak character choice. For Marty, I love how often Dick just speaks in the third person, and it's almost assuredly because he knows what it sounds like, and he's a teenage boy and thinks it's funny. Which is perfect. Is exactly the vibes. I also love that, like, absolutely no one would acknowledge it when it happened. Everyone was so like, no, we're not bringing attention to it, which is also perfect because that is also exactly what would happen in real life if a teenage boy who was obsessed with his name sounding like a phallus was just saying it constantly. For Aaron, I love how very loosely hinged Mia is. You can really tell this girl has a lot cooking under the hood. It's very impressive how disheveled but not she is. As far as dreams go, I would love to play this more with y'all as well as with Kyle once the full game gets released. I think it'd be a cool time. And yeah, That's about it.
Yeah, I got again s'mores. I
Yep.
guess s'mores. It's yeah, but like Steph, I just love Leroy. He's like, is this, and I'm just, it's like, is this guy cursed, Leroy? And it's just like, I'm like, no. It's, and it's very funny of like seeing like how David is just this very eccentric character compared to Leroy, who is remarkably not, even though he's literally a book with an eyeball. Um, again, Mia, uh, it's like Mia and Dick are two characters from two different genres of like teen fiction. Mia, you are very representative of your anime looking icon of just like you just stepped in, you're ready to help and change the world. But however, you're really into Grey's Anatomy for some reason, and it's just like, yeah, Mia's just like that. This is how she fits in the group. And Dick is just like, I'm soccer. I'm ready
I'm
since
sorry.
I'm soccer. I'm ready to do the sports. And just like my coach, he's got my back. My coach is just, he's ready there. He's hit there for me. We're ready, but we're gonna help out. We're gonna figure out what's going on. Even though I have no idea what's going on at any time, I just know that there's strange things afoot.
Oh,
uh, yeah. I think sort of a wish I would have is like I think to use the Hilda move because like that never came up in the session.
Yeah, I forgot to go over that one too. That's my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, that's okay. But like I wasn't sure like how to bring it up myself because like it didn't really seem to fit for our group. So at least not yet. I think we just need to learn more about the setting before Hilda comes into question.
oh, I can go next if it's okay.
Mhm.
More as s'mores, as you say. Well, first, I really love the setting. So, Steph, congratulations to you because it's really fun, and you made it really. I think since have been playing like this, really fun, the between, but this is fresh, you know, and I love. I there was it's fresh to be like a kid and young and it's really in the spirit of the game, you know, and it for me it's really cool. I love the scene of chaotic in the public library with the vice principal. You know, so this civilization, it was, I think it was great, and how he can't explain what he can. It's really like you said, like the spirit of the nerd, you know, and it's, I think it was great. And I also love the scene of the montage of Mia when we are doing, I'm playing soccer and she's like working all because of the insects and maybe bugs and maybe, and she's a total freak out for healthing and cleaning in the mind. She's like this, maybe when I grow up I want to be like this super medicine doctor, you know. What I've seen from the players is that I think we all have catch the spirit of the playbooks of that we wanted to be, you know, and that was amazing. And thank you, Steph, for bringing all this setting, and I really love playing Dig, you know, because for once I I I mean, I love two scenes. That one was when I said, "What an old nice lady," and Mia said, "You don't say nice lady, you say old lady." And then when I said that what the one the bigger the gets, she said, "Don't say that again." He said, David, and so that was two scenes that were great for me. Two lines, you know, two lines that make the difference in a game, you know. That talks about the characters also, you know. and as my wishes, yeah, to play more, just and to keep playing like with Dick, because I love playing. I found playing Dick like this. No, don't laugh. It's Richard. Okay, I love playing Richard because he's like this soccer guy with, he's like the good guy of the movie, and he's not very smart, but he has a good heart. Instead of playing all these confused plays, and no, he's a real nice kid. Just that.
All right, I will take us home then. So my s'mores, for chaotic, I loved David's I'm just gonna assume autistic rep of info dumping on anyone who's willing to listen. That was great. Love that. Love that for him. Very fun. For Dick, I gotta shout out all the dick jokes. It did take me back to our Thursday night game where there were often dick jokes, um, for similar reasons. But also, I love the I'm going to teleport a witness in with my that's my superhuman thing is to teleport someone in. Like, I guess that's superhuman, yeah. For Steph, I absolutely love Netta and would die for her immediately. Also, I made a choice in that moment where I was like, oh yeah, Mia's home life probably sucks, and this is the first real mom character she's ever met in her life.
Oh.
Oh,
Like
baby.
this is what mom's supposed to be like. Got it. So yeah, I love that character. I love your portrayal of her. Yeah. Uh I think I'll have the same dream as everyone else. I would love to play more of this. I like the setting. I hope another star for stuff. I really love the peddler scene. The little tentacle was choice. I say as someone who has tentacles all over their shirt right now. Yeah, tentacle choice. And yes, I would love to play more when it fully releases.
Awesome. Thank you all so very, very much. We got everyone? We did. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you all for playing. Like I said, I'd love to run it again once the full thing comes out, hopefully with all of us. But yeah, thank you all so much. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording.